he had more energy going into the
No,
second
he
round.
had more reach, and not only could he take a punch better than you, he was faster than you in general because he's naturally a bigger guy. And not only is he a bigger guy, he's a better fighter too. So you're going to have to outsmart him, if anything. And if you can't
if you don't know jiu-jitsu at all, you're not going to know that you need to start defending. And what you need to do is you need to start playing the hand game, which means you need to start getting that person's arm off your neck and start pushing them away. And that's you know how there's an algebra, pre-algebra?
Basic silly
that's
shit.
fucking pre-Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
You know that you have to arm wrestle or arm fight.
Grapple to start.
Hand fight. It's called hand fighting. You have to hand fight the person
position.
from getting, first off your neck. And second, it was little too little, little too late. Or should I say little too little, little too Nate. And in the fight.
I see what he did there.
And he ended up taking his back after mounting and pounding him. He got some good just straight in
I saw one.
Boom,
After he
boom.
was already on the ground. The
He
one
had
he
ground
landed.
and he had like 3 or 4 good ground and pound shots.
But the one he landed when he was on the ground just made him fold and made his face go from one side to the other, and it was beautiful.
Amazing fight. And like I said, I'm gonna recall it all back to you on Wednesday when we have our next podcast, and we're bringing it to you on Sunday for y'all, Sunday night. I was extremely lucky to get the night off because I partied a little too hard last night, but anyway, probably shouldn't be saying that on a podcast. But
Yeah, like you said, it doesn't matter.
I got my
birthday.
night covered. I got my night covered by
was your
another
birthday.
coworker.
You only turned 30 once. Shout out to whoever covered your shift.
Yeah, thank you, Dahlia. Anyway, you can't. Anyway.
Have a good life.
Thanks. Thank you. But, so you had Nisha Tate. I had Holly Holm. Holly Holm lost. Misha Tate won. She went to sleep. Connor tapped. They made a joke about it. That brings you up to date on our podcast. Amanda Nunez won. Tom Lawler won. Still can't tell you who won between Ilir Latifi and Gian Vellante. I want to say that Gian Vellante won, but I don't know. Me and you both picked Gian Vellante, so hopefully
We got the same point score either way.
Like I said, dude, after the Misha Tate and Conor McGregor Diaz fight, after the Misha Tate destruction of Holm, and then somehow Misha Tate comes back and wins, and then after the Conor McGregor destruction of Nate Diaz in the first round, and then Nate Diaz comes back to win, the rest of the card irrelevant.
Completely.
It was a beautiful night of MMA. Thank you, UFC, for making my birthday 5 million times better just by putting on my favorite sport, which I've also said since the beginning of the dawn of this podcast. Thank you for making this night a very special, very memorable night for myself. Are you gonna, say anything?
What's there to say?
How do you follow that up, right?
I don't know how. Like you said,
You made my the UFC made my night, or my birthday, amazing.
I'm sure having your best friends and closest family around you too.
Dude, my sister was there. Damn near my whole family was there, other than my brothers who should have been there, but they have a job and life to live, so I understand. But it was great, and I had all my close friends there. Some not there, but wish they could have been there. So it was good. Everything was good. My life is great, and my birthday was great, and the UFC made it that much better. And you were there, and it was a blast. It was a blasty blast. And the reaction when Diaz won was fucking priceless, dude.
I can only imagine how
we all went nuts.
I can only imagine how the rest of Stockton reacted, because I couldn't hear anybody else on your block, but this town has what, 340,000 people or some shit?
350,000 people, something like that.
This town has a shit ton of people. And
it's a little town, but
I know quite a few people were watching this fight, and
from what I heard, there was guns going off, people going crazy. It was nuts. Like, dude. Like, I was in such a MMA haze that, dude, all I could think about was that fight, and if there was guns going off and things like that, I wouldn't have hit.
For once, it was for a positive cause, and nobody was getting shot at.
No, there was just bullets going up, not through. They were just going, It was good. It was a great night. But
what goes up must come down. So, duck.
As far as I know, nobody was hurt or injured. My people, and everybody around us were safe, so it was good.
Yep.
Stockton's one of those towns, though. Even if there is something positive going on, there will be guns.
There'll be somebody around you to fuck it all up.
There will be guns. There's always guns. It's stupid that way. But anyway, dude, just that, and then we tried to make it through SmackDown. And when we talk about SmackDown in comparison to what happened with the UFC last night, it's embarrassing.
Yeah, but wrestling's a complete different art anyways. It's you gotta remember, it's entertainment. Yeah, there's times where they actually get injured. They're professional athletes, but they're humans. They don't got stunt doubles. And when you look at individuals like Dean Ambrose, how are you gonna, literally, how are you gonna go up against someone like Brock Lesnar and have a chance?
So they got this upcoming little sort of halfway pay-per-view roadblock.
Yeah, something a little more meaningful.
Triple H versus Dean Ambrose, and
for the title,
and Bray Wyatt versus Brock Lesnar. Is what if I was the WWE, this is what I'd do. I'd set up a triple threat match between Triple H, or I just thought of this just now. A light bulb just went in my head.
Brock Lesnar, Bray Wyatt, and somebody else.
Check this out.
Ambrose or Reigns?
Check this out. Okay, so this roadblock is set up for it to be Bray Wyatt versus Brock Lesnar. And it's set up to be Triple H versus Dean Ambrose.
For the title.
I'm sure they're going to set up more matches, but right now those are the only two that we really, really know about. Unless it's a triple threat match at Roadblock between Sasha Banks.
No, that's at Mania from what I heard.
So that's at Mania?
Yeah, Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte.
They might run that at Roadblock.
I really think that it's a triple threat match just so they don't have to make Charlotte look bad like Lesnar.
They could set it up to where somebody gets injured as well.
Someone goes on vacation.
Somebody goes on vacation.
Sorry, WWE. You ain't got a lot to kick it.
Sasha Banks.
They feel like they do, but they don't.
And it'll be the last kicker versus... But anyway, that's neither here nor there. That's that match. As far as I know, there's only two matches then. If I didn't hear that the triple threat match was at Roadblock and it's at WrestleMania, then the triple threat match is irrelevant. It's irrelevant anyway. But what I think what could happen is that Brock's hate for the Wyatts goes a little more than what
he's worried about Reigns and Ambrose.
Okay, and Triple H doesn't want to be on every single Monday Night Raw, but he feels like he's obligated to be on Raw because he's got the title. He could run shit from the back like Vince normally does.
But now he's got the title. He's got to compete, right?
But so, what if it's Triple H and Stephanie versus The Rock and Ronda Rousey? Triple H loses the title. Triple H loses the title, and it becomes Dean Ambrose versus Roman Reigns.
What was it you said? Don't play in your toy box. You really want Ronda Rousey in a WWE ring? But if somebody like
Ronda Rousey, I mean, dude,
CM Punk got in the octagon, ooh,
because Misha Tate. Okay, dude, don't compare.
Don't go there. Phil Brooks.
Don't go there.
Phil Brooks is a.
Don't go there.
Apparently,
dude, Phil Brooks is garbage time.
Love you, man.
CM.
Don't live your little straight edge society bullshit. You ain't gotta lie to kick it, but
CM Punk is garbage time, bro.
Oh man, why you gotta be so mean?
He is garbage time.
Yeah, well, that's...
So what if he gets out of the main event and that becomes tag team?
I'll give him
because
props.
Dana White might have said, "Hey Ronda, if you don't want to,"
I'll give him props if he gets out of a fight in the octagon.
Dana White could have given Ronda Rousey the okay because it's not a legit sport to where she can get hurt. Like she could get hurt, but the chances of her getting hurt are astronomically less
than any other athlete.
You know.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. But the idea of Ronda in the squared circle in general is just, it seems like a fantasy.
I
mean...
Yeah. No, because... Okay, look.
I mean, they bring celebrities and athletes in general into the ring all the time.
Dana White lets people go... So Dana White lets people go from doing strictly MMA to doing jiu-jitsu tournaments to doing things like that. As long as you're not putting your body in, like, super harm's way, and you could get away with it without hurting yourself. That's why she can go out and act. And she does a lot of her own stunts. And she does a lot of her own things. So, as long as she can go out and make a buck outside of the UFC without representing...
Putting her body in danger in general.
And without representing Reebok in a negative way, she can go out and do these things. And she can go out to the WWE, and that's one of the things that she's interested in. And that's one of the things that she probably has written in her contract to where... As long as I'm not hurting myself and I can make a buck outside of the octagon, let me make said buck. Yeah. So that's why she can go out into the why if Dana White doesn't.
Sorry, folks, that is the sounds of Stockton. Yeah. Like I said, we're like 24 hours away from Nate Diaz going nuts on Conor McGregor, and. Well, that's not an excuse. Stockton always sounds like that. Sorry. Go ahead, James.
Anyway, how do you tie? Yeah. So anyway, as long as she can make that buck, she's cool. As long as she can make that buck, she's alright. So
it's funny.
And as long as she doesn't get hurt, Dana White should allow her to make that buck. See, what I was saying.
It's ironic because I'm not really much of a big MMA or the sport of UFC in general.
But you do love...
And I love the shit out of wrestling. I think it's ironic we're still over here talking about Ronda Rousey when Misha Tate just got done choking the consciousness out of Molly Holm last night.
Molly Holly, you almost said...
I probably did say that. I don't even know what I said. I thought I said Holly Holm.
You said Molly Holm.
Did I say Molly?
Yeah.
I might have.
Holly Holm, she did choke the life and just unconscious. It was amazing.
It was awesome.
Great fucking night of fights. And you know how I usually would, if you go back to prior podcasts, I would say, great. And then I'd say, well, maybe it wasn't so great. No, it was great.
Yeah, like James said earlier, there was prelims and there was like almost 10 cards.
Diego Sanchez
10 fights on the
whole
shit
card. Out of fucking Jim Miller.
Yeah, there was like 10 overall. And out of those 10 fights, I think I fell asleep, like I said, at the perfect time, right when the start of the main card happened and all the boring stuff happened. And then I woke up right when Misha Tate was coming on.
Yeah, all kinds of shit
went down last night on the UFC 196 card. MMA was filled with a lot of upside down turns, and